We've been here. We've talked about mutation. Mutation is actually a mechanism of evolution. Mutation can cause changes in the allele frequency in a population over time. And remind yourself, what is a mutation? What is it? Well, let's be really careful. It is a random change in DNA. And this image that I have here for you that I cannot read because, dude, what presbyopia has occurred and I need reading glasses now. But if I do this, I can't see you. Dude, I can't see you anyway. Multiple kinds of mutations. We have point mutations, we have insertions. So a point mutation is that thing where you end up with one nucleotide that changes from a T to a G and causes a new protein to be produced. It's a mutation that occurs at a distinct point. You can have insertions where an entire chunk of DNA gets added into the gene and changes the protein that is produced. You can have a deletion where a whole chunk of DNA is gone and changes the protein that is produced. Or you can have a shuffle where a mutation can cause mixing of the DNA, where now we have a new series, a new sequence of nucleotides leading to new proteins that are produced. If you remember, I'm sure you do, right? Because it wasn't that long ago that we were talking about DNA and how the genetic code works, that our DNA nucleotides actually tell you the instructions for building a protein, and the protein is the doer. I teach human physiology, and I know I've told you this a bajillion times, but proteins are everything. Proteins are our hormones, there are enzymes, there are all of our communicating molecules, there are receptors that receive information, there are transporters. Proteins are everything. So if you end up with a wonkified protein because of a mutation, that changes the scene. That changes somehow, that is coded for by protein. There's a protein in a gene that makes it so I can do that or I can't do that. It's wild. Who knew? You did. That I would bring us back to the tiny things. But mutation, those random changes of DNA can absolutely change a population. And here's the most important thing I want you to know about mutations. This is the ultimate source of genetic diversity. Oh my goodness. I know we've said this before. And sit with it now and think about it now. Crossing over, mixing, deleting, selecting for traits that are beneficial. All of our mechanisms of evolutionary change rely on diversity caused by mutations. If there were no mutations, evolution would never have happened. There would be no genetic diversity. Genetic diversity is there because of mutations. Okay, how do you feel about that? Take it back to cell number one. Cell number one chilling in the ocean, doing its cellularly thing with its genetic material, its DNA. If there is not any mutation that occurs, there's no way for that first cell to have anything different from what it divides into. They all will be identical for forever. Mutation, we often think of mutation like, oh my God, it's so bad. Can be bad, is totally random, but is also the source of all of this. Every time I think about the biodiversity, the mad biodiversity in the world around me, I look out my window because there's just, it's a green, incredible, diverse scene out there. Wild, crazy. Mutation is the source of all genetic diversity. Okay. And it can cause changes in populations. Okay, let's do the next one.